Edwin the dwarf and Joe the dragon. There once lived a little rosy-cheeked dwarf named Edwin in a bright mountain village. Just like all the dwarves around, Edwin went to work every weekday. And he worked, as any honest dwarf should, down the mine. He mined gold and various precious crystals. To preserve the mined treasure, the dwarf stored it in a cave near his house and always kept the place in order. What beauty and cleanliness there was! But one day the dwarf came back from work and realised that he had forgotten to close the entrance to the cave. He warily looked in and saw a huge fire-breathing dragon. The dragon was sleeping on a pile of gold. Oh, how frightened our dwarf was at that moment! He ran for his life to hide in the little house, for everyone knows that dragons are pretty dangerous. The entire life flashed before the dwarf's eyes. How am I going to buy new boots? And my favourite candy? In the morning, plucking up the courage, Edwin went for help to a neighbour, the old man Darren. "I have a huge dragon in my cave." But Darren didn't want to help at all. Then Edwin decided to go fishing and lure the dragon out of the cave afterwards. He made a delicious soup following his granny's recipe. He brought the pot to the cave and hid behind a bush. When the dragon came out, its sight again scared the dwarf, so that he did not get a chance to close the entrance, and the satiated dragon returned to the cave. Then Edwin brought a whole basket of apples. The dragon did not mind having a treat, and when it was full, it had such a large belly that it could not crawl back into the cave. It was late in the afternoon, hence the dragon had to fly to sleep in a mountain clearing, and then it started to rain, of all times. Sleeping in the rain is not so comfortable. But Edwin got a good night's sleep at last. The next morning he decided to make soup again for dinner. But then the wind suddenly arose, and the dragon was right next to him. It turned out that it also wanted to eat. That's how they became friends. Edwin started calling the dragon Joe, and they began fishing together. And then they even flew. When evening came, Edwin would put Joe to sleep in the cave. And no more thieves ever thought to sneak there, because it was guarded by a real dragon.